Imagine pursuing your master's or PhD in China, paying zero tuition, receiving a monthly stipend, getting your flight covered, and joining a global network of scientists working on cutting-edge research. That's exactly what the CAS ANSO Scholarship offers, and they're accepting up to 500 students this year. The application opens on October 15th, 2025, and closes on January 31st, 2026. So if you want to be part of this incredible opportunity, stay with me, because I'm breaking down everything you need to know to succeed. The CAS ANSO Scholarship is designed for ambitious master's and PhD students from around the world who want to pursue advanced research in science, technology, engineering, medicine, and even social sciences. This isn't just any scholarship. It's a collaboration between the Chinese Academy of Sciences and 36 international organizations aimed at training the next generation of global scientists. You'll get full tuition coverage, a monthly living stipend, health insurance, visa support, and even your international flight covered. Whether you're interested in physics, computer science, nanotechnology, climate research, or biomedical engineering, this scholarship opens doors to world-class research facilities and mentors at some of China's top universities. Ask yourself, what makes this scholarship special? The CAS ANSO Scholarship is provided by the Alliance of National and International Science Organizations, commonly known as ANSO, which was founded by the Chinese Academy of Sciences along with 36 other academic institutions from around the world. This scholarship is legit. You can check it yourself. You can study at 3 prestigious institutions in China: the University of Science and Technology of China, known as USTC, the University of Chinese Academy of Sciences, called UCAS, or at various institutes of the Chinese Academy of Sciences located throughout China. Here's something important to know. The scholarship is available for both master's and PhD students. Every year, the program supports 100 to 200 master's students and 300 PhD students, which means up to 500 scholarships are awarded annually. The duration is up to 36 months for master's programs and up to 48 months for PhD programs, giving you plenty of time to complete your research. And before you get too excited, let's make sure you're eligible to apply. This section is crucial because one small mistake could disqualify your entire application, so pay close attention. First and foremost, you cannot be a Chinese citizen. This scholarship is exclusively for international students from outside China. You also need to demonstrate proficiency in either English or Chinese. If you're applying for an English-taught program and English isn't your first language, you'll need to submit IELTS or TOEFL scores. However, if you completed your previous degree in English, you may be able to get a waiver for the language test. Now, here's where age comes into play. For master's applicants, you must have been born after January 1st, 1996, which means you need to be under 30 years old when you apply. For PhD applicants, you must have been born after January 1st, 1991, which means you need to be under 35 years old. These are strict cutoff dates, so double check your birth date before applying. You must meet all the admission criteria for international students at either USTC or UCAS, depending on which institution you're applying to. This includes having the required academic qualifications, research experience, and any program-specific prerequisites. But here's the catch. You can only apply to one institution. You cannot submit applications to both USTC and UCAS simultaneously. If you do, you'll be automatically disqualified from both, so choose wisely. Here's another important restriction. If you're currently enrolled in a master's degree program at any university in China, you're not eligible to apply for the master's scholarship. Similarly, if you're currently doing a PhD in China, you cannot apply for the PhD scholarship. This rule is in place to ensure the scholarship goes to students who are genuinely coming to China for the first time to pursue these degrees. Let's get to the good stuff. What exactly do you get if you're selected for this scholarship? Trust me, the benefits are generous, and this is where the CAS ANSO Scholarship really stands out from other programs. Let's start with PhD candidates. Your tuition fees are completely waived. That means you won't pay a single yuan for your entire doctoral program, which can last up to 4 years. You'll receive a monthly stipend of 6,000 or 7,000 Chinese yuan per month, depending on whether you pass the university's qualification test. That's roughly 840 to 980 US dollars per month, which covers your housing, food, transportation, and personal expenses comfortably in most Chinese cities. This stipend continues for up to 48 months. On top of that, health insurance is fully covered, so you're protected in case of any medical emergencies or routine healthcare needs. The application fee is waived, so you don't have to worry about paying anything to submit your application. You'll receive international travel allowance or reimbursement, which covers your flight from your home country to China. And here's a bonus. You'll get an accommodation subsidy to help with housing costs, plus a one-time visa or residence permit fee is included. However, if you're already in China at the time of application, you won't be eligible for the travel allowance. Now for master's candidates, the benefits are just as impressive. Full tuition waiver for the entire program. You'll receive a monthly stipend of 3,000 Chinese yuan, which is approximately 420 US dollars per month for up to 36 months. While this is lower than the PhD stipend, it's still sufficient to live comfortably as a student in China. Health insurance, application fee waiver, international travel allowance, accommodation subsidy, and visa or residence permit costs are all covered, just like for PhD students. Beyond the financial benefits, you'll have access to cutting-edge research facilities, world-class laboratories, and opportunities to work with leading scientists in your field. You'll also join a global network of scholars from over 60 countries, which opens doors for future collaborations and career opportunities. Plus, living in China gives you the chance to experience one of the world's most dynamic cultures, learn Mandarin, and explore a country that's at the forefront of technological innovation. This seems too good to be true. You might ask yourself, what's the catch? The answer is, there is no catch. You just have to provide the required documents and start applying. Start gathering these documents now so you're not rushing at the last minute. You'll need a photocopy of your passport, and it must be valid for at least 1 year from your application date. Next, prepare a research proposal of at least 800 words. This is one of the most important documents in your application. Your research proposal should clearly outline your research question, methodology, expected outcomes, and why this research matters. Make it specific to the program and supervisor you're interested in working with. Your curriculum vitae, or CV, should highlight your academic achievements, research experience, publications if you have any, internships, volunteer work, and any relevant skills or certifications. Make it clear, concise, and professional. You'll need 2 letters of recommendation from professors or academic supervisors who know your work well. These should be strong letters that speak to your research abilities, academic performance, and potential for success in graduate studies. Make sure your recommenders include their contact number and email address on the letters. The foreigner physical examination form is mandatory. This is a health check that needs to be completed by an authorized medical facility. It's basically proof that you're in good health and fit to study abroad. If you're applying for a Chinese-taught program, you'll need a photocopy of your HSK certificate or other proof of Chinese language proficiency. If you're applying for an English-taught program and English is not your mother tongue, you'll need IELTS or TOEFL scores, or other evidence of English proficiency. You'll need a photocopy of your degree certificate. If you haven't graduated yet, submit a pre-graduation certificate that clearly states your expected degree completion date. You'll also need photocopies of your academic transcripts for both your bachelor's degree and master's degree if you have one. These should show all your courses and grades. If you're currently a student, provide official stats showing your student status. If you're employed, provide official documents about your current position and employer. Make sure all documents are in English or Chinese. If they're in another language, you'll need notarized translations. And here's a pro tip. Keep digital copies of everything organized in clearly labeled folders on your computer so you can upload them quickly when the portal opens. Is everything when it comes to scholarship applications. So let's make sure you have all the key dates marked on your calendar. The application portal opens on October 15th, 2025. This happens every year around this time, so even if you're watching this after the current cycle has closed, you can plan ahead for next year. The final deadline to submit your complete application is January 31st, 2026, at midnight Beijing time. This is a hard deadline, meaning late applications will not be accepted under any circumstances. Here's how the selection process typically works. After the deadline, the universities review all applications during February and March. Shortlisted candidates may be invited for online interviews in late March or early April. By the end of April or early May, successful candidates will be notified of their selection and will receive official admission letters. If you're selected, you'll need to accept your offer and prepare to travel to China for the start of the academic year, which typically begins in September. Let's walk through exactly how to apply. I'm going to make this as straightforward as possible so you don't miss any crucial steps. First things first, head to the official CAS ANSO Scholarship website and carefully read through the complete guidelines for the 2026 application cycle. Then decide whether you want to apply to USTC or UCAS. Remember, you can only choose one, so research both universities, look at the programs they offer, explore the faculty and research groups, and decide which one aligns best with your academic interests and career goals. Once you've made your choice, go to the admission portal for your selected university. For USTC applicants, you'll use the USTC Graduate Application System. For UCAS applicants, you'll use the UCAS Online Admission System. Create your account on the portal using a valid email address that you check regularly. Now comes the important part. Fill out the online application form carefully. Enter all your personal information, academic background, and program preferences accurately. When you reach the funding section, make sure to select CAS ANSO Scholarship as your funding option. This is crucial. If you forget to select this, your application won't be considered for the scholarship even if you're academically qualified. If you're interested in the ANSO CAS TWAS/UNESCOPHD scholarship, which is a special subcategory that prioritizes students from developing countries and offers extra funding, make sure to check the corresponding box in the application system. You need to select both Young Talents and ANSO CAS TWAS/UNESCO Scholarship when applying. Upload all your required documents in PDF format. Make sure each file is clearly named and meets the size requirements specified on the portal. Double check that your research proposal, CV, recommendation letters, transcripts, and all other documents are complete and error-free. Before you hit submit, review your entire application one final time. Check for typos, missing information, or formatting issues. Once you're confident everything is perfect, submit your application before the January 31st deadline. You'll receive a confirmation email, so save that email as proof of submission. After you submit, stay patient. The review process takes time. If you're shortlisted, the university will contact you directly via email for next steps, which may include an interview or additional documentation. Keep checking your email regularly, including your spam folder, so you don't miss any important messages. Share some insider tips that will significantly boost your chances of success, along with mistakes you absolutely need to avoid. Start by contacting potential supervisors early. Don't wait until the last minute. Research professors whose work aligns with your interests, read their recent publications, and send them a professional email introducing yourself and your research interests. If a professor expresses interest in supervising you, mention this in your application. It shows initiative and can make your application stand out. Your research proposal is your ticket to success. Don't write a generic proposal. Make it specific, innovative, and relevant to current challenges in your field. Show that you've done your homework by citing recent research, identifying gaps in the literature, and explaining how your proposed research will contribute to advancing knowledge. If possible, align your research with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, as ANSO prioritizes projects that address global challenges. Highlight any research experience, publications, conference presentations, or academic awards in your CV. If you've worked on research projects, been part of a lab, or published papers, make sure these are prominently featured. The scholarship committee is looking for candidates with research potential, not just good grades. Get strong recommendation letters. Choose recommenders who know you well and can provide specific examples of your abilities. A generic letter that just says, "This student is excellent," won't help you. Ask your recommenders to highlight your research skills, critical thinking, work ethic, and potential for making significant contributions to your field. Double-check all eligibility requirements before applying. The most common reason for rejection is not meeting basic eligibility criteria. Make sure your age, nationality, language proficiency, and academic qualifications all meet the requirements. And remember, you can only apply to one institution, so don't try to submit to both USTC and UCAS. Submit early. Don't wait until January 30th to submit your application. Technical issues happen, internet connections fail, and portals can get overloaded near the deadline. Aim to submit at least a week before the deadline to avoid any last-minute disasters. Now, let's talk about common rejection reasons. Missing the deadline is the #1 reason applications are rejected. Set multiple reminders on your phone and calendar. Incomplete applications are another major reason. If you're missing even one required document, your application may not be reviewed. Weak research proposals that are too vague, too broad, or don't demonstrate clear thinking will hurt your chances. Poor English or Chinese language skills, even in your written documents, can be a red flag. And finally, failing to follow instructions exactly as stated on the application portal is surprisingly common. Read every instruction carefully and follow them precisely. To check the description box below, I've linked the official CAS ANSO Scholarship page. Now, here's where I need your help. Drop a comment below and tell me which scholarship you want me to cover the next time, and if you need extra help in applying or clarification, send us a DM on our Instagram page. I've put the link in the description as well. Let's build a community where we support each other in achieving our academic dreams. That's everything you need to know about the CAS ANSO Scholarship 2026 in China. If this video helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so you never miss scholarship opportunities like this. Good luck to everyone applying, and I hope to see you in the next video.